That's that big old camera right there. All right, power on. All right. Wow. Funny how slow the tablet's working. It's brand new. It only has Google Play apps on there, so there's no viruses. And 191's not great. It's more than sufficient to play 4 games. Okay, we got that. We got nothing else open. Watch some MLB TV. Let's see, settings. Those are all taken care of. Oh man, we're not even connected. J.D. Davis. Oh, Patrick Corbin, huh? So what seems to be the problem? Why is it not playing live, first and foremost? And why is it frozen? Oh, see, why would it not just let's just go live. Live right here. Live. Yeah. Oh, yeah, see, they got on that old tape delay. Okay, so we got the Yankee game. Oh, we're still frozen here. So let's close that. That's funny, we just connected the Bluetooth, didn't we? So why are we playing on the Bluetooth? See what I'm saying? That's the Bluetooth. We're connected. Just acting all funny and shit, huh?
COVID-19 vaccines become available, you might be asking yourself, should I get it? And if I do, will I be able to go about life without putting my family at risk? You've got questions, and that's normal. The fact is, the vaccines are safe and effective. They're going to save lives. To get the latest on the COVID-19 vaccines...
Okay.
Well, 2 very good innings by the 21-year-old right-hander, Luis Patino. He's coming into bat, and they're second with Mike Brasso set to lead off. Brasso takes a strike. Fastball from Ryu, upper 80s. Sometimes he'll hit 90. A little above the zone there, and a swing and a miss. 0-2.
What the hell?
Hot shot. Look out, that one foul between the bag and Rodney Linares in the box.
Well, Ryu has certainly made Mike Brasso aware of the fastball in. And there is Rodney Linares, the Rays third base coach. Got to keep your head on a swivel.
Just enough to stay alive on that change of speed there.
Yeah, and that's a good job by Brasso because, you know, it's been the hard stuff in, up, and then all of a sudden the change up, down, and away. And that would have been very easy to swing and miss at, but he was able just to get a piece to stay alive.
And he almost changed off changeup there. You know, we saw it a couple in the first, 78, 79. That was about 75. Down to third, comes up on Espinal and cannot recover. And Brasso is aboard.
Now listen, that ball was absolutely stoned, no question about it. But this last week, ground balls in the infield, hard hit or not, you're almost expecting the Rays to get on. I mean, the defense against them, and that's not Espinal, this ball eats him up. That ball was crushed. You can see how quickly it got to him. He was trying to protect himself more than anything. But there have been a number of misplays starting in the Kansas City series, in this series. And the Rays have taken advantage.
Well, the Rays get a hit out of that. Brasso aboard.
Oop, fail.
Pitch is down to Brandon Lau.
Boy, and think about some of the rockets hit to you think about the one last night, DiBiggio, that 5-holder
Absolutely.
from Margot.
All right, baby. 3 up, 3 down.
The ball hit by Margot
Good job,
last
Gallen.
night was over 109 miles per hour.
Yeah, to a guy that was playing at about 89 feet.
Let's go, Ryu. Nice. But Lau is my batter, too.
Let's take a look at that. And the ball went right through Biggio, but look where he is and look how hard this ball is hit. He didn't have time to react.
No, he barely got that glove over there. And ball was already through. That was the game. Moved him a little further away today. Just give him a breather.
And this is down 2-1. I'll tell you, you know, that one is an error on Biggio. And I have to think that in this day and age, when the infield and the defenses are set the way they are, he was in a situation where he had to be in, and a ball hit that hard. That's a tough error, even though it went right through him.
If that shot to Espinal is a hit,
Yeah.
then absolutely that shot off Margot's back should have been a hit.
Yeah, I just,
Same idea. But because he didn't get the glove on it, he didn't have time
Yeah.
to get the glove on it. Espinal got his glove on it, still was given a hit, as it should have been. But that ball, both of them were just torched.
you know, and I think there's just that idea that if the ball goes between a guy's legs, it's got to be an error.
Right.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, but if there's a rocket,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, if he's picking the pockets of the hitter and the hitter lines one through there, yeah.
Espinal to his right across his body makes the throw to first, and Brasso moves up to second. So Brandon Lau.
Yeah, you can't give a guy an error on a ball that was hit to him. It was a rumor. Like he's not really, you know, you didn't get to it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's almost you have to see it first.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a very tough error to hang on Biggio.
And
The ball hit by Margot last night.
Then here's the thing: if that's an error, so was the ball that Brasso hit. That's every bit of the air that.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Margot takes a strike raise with a man in scoring position. On and away. Change up taken by Margot.
And by the way, Dwayne, nothing going on.
And downstairs, ball 4, a leadoff walk. Again, Arizona is a patient team. Talked about that a lot on Friday night. They were first in the National League in walks entering this series. They've now earned 4 of them and have 94 as a club. Now here's Vogt, the catcher. Long-time big leaguer. Tampa Bay, Oakland, Milwaukee, the Giants, now Arizona. Carson Kelly, the catching core for the Diamondbacks. Van Meter started, then stopped. The throw goes through to second base, but Jackson never saw Van Meter slam on the brakes.
Yeah, he got some practice in.
Well, his arm looks loose. That was
a perfect throw.
It's a laser. Van Meter measures off the lead. Not going this time, and Vogt a little late.
45. That's not bad.
It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Talked a lot in this series about stories of persistence, guys getting to the major leagues in their unique paths. Talk about persistence for Vogt. He started his major league career 0 for 32 at the plate. 0 for 32.
Nowhere to go but up.
Well, he did. As Bryce Wilson throws that one down the right field line, it takes a funny bounce. It trickles down toward the right field corner. And Van Meter is on his way to third, and he'll stand there after a 2-base throwing error from the Braves pitcher. That's a self-inflicted wound. What happened here?
It's just airmailed on him. Thing too with your Bryce, Chip, you know, Alex Jackson does such a good job behind the plate from a defensive standpoint. Go after the hitter. To me, you almost want him. Go ahead, try to steal.
One thing the Braves have done very well in the first 20 games is defend. They have not hurt themselves by and large with errors. They had just 4 errors coming in. Now 5 with Wilson's bad throw. 2 of those 5 errors by the pitching staff.
Yeah, I think the other one was Sean Newcomb. I think did one
Newcomb
at one
or
point.
Minter?
Oh, I like it.
Here's AJ Minter.
Yeah, you're right.
So Arizona a chance to strike first as Vogt unloads. The very next pitch after the meeting ends up in the chop house. Literally. Third homer for Vogt, and Arizona has a 2-0 lead.
Well, shit.
That's what they do. They walk and hit homers. And the Diamondbacks on a 5-3 road trip have scored the first 2 runs today.
Well, let's unzoom a little bit so we can get.
And he's one of those guys that expands his zone regardless. I mean, he can hit so many pitches that I don't know if that makes it easier for him.
You know what? Sometimes it makes it easier, sometimes it makes it tough.
And then said, hey, you know what, guys?
If they know that.
And like I said, look, I mean, the starters, the bullpen, they're hitting a lot of homers, a lot of guys contributing, scoring a ton of runs. It's been impressive. But again, they're rolling into the Tropicana field.
That's right. Espinal is fouled out. One away, and here's Danny Jansen, the catcher. Coutinho's pitch is upstairs. 95 with that one too high.
All right, Paxton's doing all right. Coutinho.
Back into center. Kiermaier's going to be there and makes the crab.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Oh, Washington.
So with 2 outs.
Got him.
And the
Got
base is
him.
empty. Kevin Cash pops out of the dugout.
We're getting better at this,
Heads
Lane.
to the mound.
We're
Yeah,
getting
but
better.
just when you think, you know, we've
He's gonna
got it
leave him
figured.
in. He's gonna leave him in.
You go, oh, you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah, get the crowd all excited.
That's
What the hell? He's
well,
out?
hey, you've got to get a good hand. The young man, 21 years old, Luis Patino, making his Rays debut. His mother and father up from Colombia. Bless their hearts for making that trip all the way up. And so a good outing there. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Well, pitch a shutout.
This Wednesday, the Twins take on the Indians at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Hilarious. Okay, well, this one will be the first one. Toronto, Tampa. Toronto, Tampa. Toronto. All right, we want 4 screens. Wow, how's it showing 6 screens? That's just weird, huh? There we go. Gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So we got 1, 2, 3.
We have the power to harness
And the Warriors
California's
welcome the
abundant
Sacramento Kings to town. And you can see arguably, maybe not even arguably, the greatest shooter who's ever lived. Steph Curry tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Sportsnet 1 and Sportsnet Now.
Okay.
Josh Fleming is into the game now for the Rays after Patino goes once through the order. 3rd appearance of the season for Fleming, and a guy who can pitch in different roles, Buck, like a lot of Rays, and another good arm.
Yeah, and he is one of the few drafted players that the Rays have on their roster, and this is his third appearance of the season. He throws a lot of good fastballs, and he's got good action on his fastball. And there it is right there. 91 miles an hour. He won't light up the radar again, but boy, he gets a lot of ground balls on.
Top of the order, Cavan Biggio, who walked, the only base runner to reach.
Oh, look at this. This is a new game, huh?
As Fleming gets a call at the knees, and it's 1-1.
Pigs being pigs.
Quick delivery there from Fleming, and he gets that moving fastball by Biggio, 1-2.
Yeah, there's a lot of late movement on that fastball, and as you can see, it's 91 miles an hour. And
You can see that there's not a pattern to it. It's not every 5 seconds. It's just a continuous thing.
And he just has a lot of great movement.
There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there we go. We're at 11.
Used in so many different situations, early in games, late in games, ahead, behind, when the matchups dictate it the most.
Oh, that time it was 9 seconds.
Foul ball on the inside of his left knee. That's stuff. Swing and a miss. Again, that run.
You notice when I was doing this last time, it didn't do that.
And Fleming finishes off the top
Right.
of the third.
There we go. So let's see.
When it comes to your financial health, just a few small steps can make a real difference.
There's a keyboard.
Guidance on your terms.
Me not touching anything. Oh.
Make more.
But we were just watching it for 5 minutes and it never did that, right?
At some point.
So let's do it again. Play it again, Sam. Oh, now it's not even loading. Oh, gosh. Oh, the site can't be reached. Oh, my gosh. We had that problem on the tablet and on the cell phone. Oh, but this is a completely different device. Why could it not reach? Oh, my gosh. Why would that happen? Why would that happen? Well, shit. We lost the picture there. But we'll still watch this one. Oh, we went from, there's supposed to be 4 games, but why is it 6? And why is the first one I pick at the bottom? That's because it's a hack. This is a 4 game, 3 on the side, but only 2 are showing.
Organization coming into the season was to pitch better and was to
Right.
throw
Oh, look at
more
that. First game is on the bottom.
Walked way too many people last year. Walks per 9.
Oh, look, that goes to the top one.
Strike percentage 29.
Oh, look at that.
Pitches per inning 30th to 6th. These numbers here, Buck, one of the biggest reasons why the pitching staff has been as good as it has been in the early going.
There's no question about it at all. And when you throw so many pitches in a particular inning or in a particular game, you're giving the hitters way too much information. Plus, they were giving up too many hits, too many walks, too many base runners per 9 innings, and they've turned it around dramatically. And you got to credit Charlie Montoya, Pete Walker. That's what they wanted to identify coming into spring training, and they made a nice adjustment.
Francisco Mejia leads off the third for the Rays. He shortened up on the bat as if to bunt, and Ryu threw a 69-mile-an-hour curveball that missed down and in, ball 1. Pete Walker deserves an incredible amount of credit. He has worked with so many pitchers. There's been so much churning through the roster the last few years on the pitching side. And Pete Walker's done an unbelievable job. And pitcher after pitcher talks about the bond they have forged with him, the trust they have in him, and how they've helped him improve. 1-1. Fastball inside corner, 1-2. How he has helped them improve. And I don't know that anybody thought the Blue Jays would have a 3.20 ERA 20 games into the season.
Yeah, and if you do, you're lying, because they just didn't have that kind of depth. And, then they lost Pearson, and they've lost Hatch, and they lost Merriweather, and they lost Yates. So I don't think anybody expected their pitching to be as good as it is.
Another good curveball to get Mejia. Third strikeout on the afternoon for Ryu.
Yeah, Ryu really does a great job in the bottom part of the lineups, and he has so many weapons. And he started off this at bat with a slow curveball, and he finishes it with the same pitch. Mejia showed bunt on that first pitch of the at bat, and then he swings and misses badly and took a real wild swing. But Pete Walker has done such a great job with this pitching staff, and you're right. Because of the injuries, he's had to be very light on his feet, working with different guys than he anticipated.
Okay, it's been well over a minute and it hasn't scrolled down, so we can zoom and be free to know that it's not going to randomly scroll.
The only hit for either team, a field hit for Tampa Bay's Mike Brasso. 0-1, a swing and a ground ball up the middle that will get through into center, and some speed aboard for the Rays. Kiermaier with a one-out single.
Yeah, so far this season, and Ryu hasn't really been hit around hard, but the 3 home runs he gave up and this base hit have all been on fastballs. He didn't get that quite inside as much as he wanted to. And although it jammed Kiermaier a bit, he's able to roll it through the infield and beat the shift with a one-out single. But the fastball location has just been off a tick for Ryu. As I mentioned, the 3 home runs he's surrendered, Gary Sanchez, Nick Solak, and Xander Bogaerts, have all been on fastballs.
So 1 on, 1 out. Ryu's got to keep an eye on Kiermaier, which he does with a soft toss over to first. And also deal with the leadoff man, Yandy Diaz. And here's where the Rays can do some things. Kiermaier's got speed. Diaz, very selective hitter, but also uses the whole field. You know, not a shock at all to see him shoot a ball through the right side. And if you're Ryu, you'd love to get him to pull a ground ball. Fastball is in there for a strike, 0-1.
We talk about Ryu as being such a great pitcher. He's a great fielder, and he's very good at neutralizing the running game. For his career, there have only been 13
top right's frozen.
stolen base attempts.
0-1. Diaz
low quality.
swing, and he succeeded. The ball's up high. It's a ball and a strike as Diaz
over the
let's go to settings.
some odd years.
It's easy hop for Harrison to handle when he throws a Nimmo 2 away. Justin Walters
let's just
down with
fix
Giants
that.
legend Eli Manning. Then Wayne Randazzo talks about his
We only play high.
his return to the road. Catch Sports Nation tonight at 11 right here on Pix 11, New York's very own. Yeah, Wayne actually did a road game in a road ballpark. I'm very jealous.
He did?
Yeah, he was at Wrigley, and Howie was here, and they did the radio together.
How did he manage that?
Well, he's from Chicago, so he was visiting on the off day, and he stayed there to do the game, and they let him. Apparently, there's a brand new press box at Wrigley Field. It's slightly more comfortable surroundings.
Okay, so now you can see
if we're ever allowed to go back.
They're doing it again. How many minutes did it have no issues?
And takes a strike.
So, just so you can see, well, I'm going to upload the video now.